Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special episode of Hangman for our sub drive. How's everybody tonight on this fine Friday? I hope you guys are doing well.
Yes.
For those... Oh,
Was
excellent.
that a question for us?
Yes, well, whoever.
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good.
Oh no.
So for people who are not familiar with Hangman, Hangman is a homebrew game that was designed by Logan that takes a little bit from an one-page RPG, which unfortunately I cannot remember the name of at the moment, and I feel really bad for that. And also The Noose, thank you, love, from The Noose and Powered by the Apocalypse system. So it's pretty simple. Everybody has made a character, which is very simple. It's a name, the major in college, and what they wanted to be when they grew up as a kid. And that determines your stats. If I put the players in a situation that seems like it might fall into a major or what they wanted to be as a kid, I will give them +1 to their rolls. So it's a way of getting a little bit of advantage. Now, much like Powered by the Apocalypse, they will be rolling 2d6. A 1 to a 6 is a failure, a 7 to 9 is a partial success, and anything above a 9 is a complete success. As our game goes on, they will have opportunities to guess a letter, usually when they have found a clue, or have found themselves in mortal peril. Sometimes it'll be everybody can guess. Sometimes it will be a one-player guesses. When it is one player guessing, it's usually because something bad is about to happen. And guessing that letter means living another day.
Or hour.
Or minute. Does anyone have any questions before we get started?
Apparently,
Anxious GB noises have been heard.
no questions.
I'm controlling the music separately, so if it gets too loud or too quiet, somebody in Twitch chat, please let me know, and I will turn up or turn down as need be. Really quickly before we get started, we will be doing a giveaway tonight for a World Anvil subscription because World Anvil is amazing. So if you too would like to have the opportunity to use the most comprehensive world building software out there on the internet today, you can type !spoopy, SPOOPY, into the chat. And at the end of the night, we will do a giveaway. And depending on how many people we have in chat, we might also end up doing a Die Hard Dice giveaway, but we will see. So if you want a chance to win those Die Hard Dice, tweet out about the show, spread the word, get your people in here, and we'll see what we can't come up with, yeah? All right. It is springtime. And the four of you, I saw what you mouthed, Andy, and that is now in my head forever. Thanks. And we just need dancing ladies with pretzels and beer on their head. But no, that is not, it's not that kind of springtime. It is absolutely beautiful out. And you four are on a trip in Madagascar. You are either about to graduate from college or recently graduated, and your school organized this trip that you went on. You are sightseeing. There is a small tourism industry in Madagascar, mainly focused around visiting rainforests and seeing wildlife. And you have been going from town to town and port to port via the railway that runs across the island. And even being on the railway is just as beautiful as, getting out and sightseeing as it passes through jungles and over waterfalls and all sorts of just beautiful scenery. You can see lemurs in the trees, among other animals. And tonight, you are getting ready to board the railway once again up to the northern point of the island to visit your final port of call before heading home. I'm going to take a moment to have you all introduce your characters. And I'm going to start with Oak. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell us what your major was, and also tell us what you wanted to be when you were a kid.
Well, Oak is, he's a purveyor of the finer arts. He went to the College of Culinary Arts back home, and early on in life he wanted to be a zoologist. He liked how pretty all the animals were, but he found that he does not actually like the animals when he met them, and instead decided to seek his revenge on them for making him scared by, well, cooking as many of them as he could get his hands on.
I think I found the monster, Tessa. I'd like to guess the answer.
Oh no, he doesn't go that far. He doesn't like the dangerous game. That's what I just said. He's scared of them.
I will say very quickly that those in Twitch chat, you are allowed to guess, but you do have to DM me your guesses because my players are forbidden from doing 3 things. They cannot Google. They are supposed to stay away from Twitch chat. And when they guess a letter, whether it is right or wrong, they cannot keep track of what letters they've guessed on paper. They have to remember.
Well, that works out well, because my memory is not good.
All right, let's go over to Callie.
Oh, no.
That's me.
I love it.
Very nice.
Perfect.
Well, how y'all doing? I'm Callie, and I'm just so happy to be here. My name is Callie Reinhardt, and when I was little, I wanted to be so gosh darn, I wanted to be a detective, and it just never worked out for me, you know? So I went into university, and I took public relations, because talking to people's my favorite thing to do.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So I feel like, Tessa, you and me are being made fun of here. I feel like...
Little bit,
I feel like...
Lightly.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't make fun of nobody.
I feel slightly called out at the moment, but it's okay.
It's good that we came from the exact same city. You can tell from our voices. It's good.
Indeed, I'm from Georgia.
Okay, Brick. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
My name is Brick Gunsberg. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to be a professional boxer. I always was good at punching shit. And I wanted to do it professionally. I went to college, thankfully. And I went to study agricultural management because I'm a farm boy through and through. I like animals, and I don't like killing animals needlessly.
We have a druid. God damn it.
Punch druid.
Druid monk.
Druid monk.
Punch druid.
He's just Prime Heart, but in a different body.
Yeah, actually. Whoops.
It's all right.
Whoops.
All right, Erwin.
All right. I'm playing Stephanie Irwin. Please don't call me Stephanie Irwin like my jersey. I'm in school on a soccer scholarship, but I'm an ecology major. And when I was younger, I wanted to be a marine biologist. So I've been pretty much on track, though the soccer does take up a lot of my time, so I'm a little stressed most of the time.
So, Erwin, given that you are so into soccer, is Madagascar's booming soccer industry. What drove you to go on this trip?
No, it was my major. It was I got extra credit if I went and did some, notating and had to do a little mini project. Mostly just watching lemurs. There's a lot of lemurs here.
There, I believe, are over 150 different varieties of lemur. I believe, yes. Callie, what was it that brought you on this trip?
I'm interning with a mascara company and I'm trying to sell our mascara in Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Maybe.
Excellent. Brick, what made you decide to go on this trip?
I was given a scholarship, and I thought it'd be cool to get out of my hometown of Waterfield, Maine.
Seems like a nice
good
sleepy
idea.
town. It seems like a
Nothing bad
idyllic
happens
place.
there,
Nothing
right?
happens there.
Not at all. Nothing happened at all in the last 20 some odd years. And Oak, what brought you on this trip?
Well, I wanted to sample more interesting fares.
Alrighty.
Did I marry Hannibal Lecter?
You might have.
Okay.
Steph, are we married?
I'm creeped out.
She doesn't
right
like that
now.
name, darling. She likes to be called Irwin.
Yes, please, please. I'd appreciate it.
Ah, all right.
Alrighty then. Thank you very much to Scott Maitland for our being our newest Minion subscriber. Thank you.
Sorry, I gotta get back into character. I'm gonna be
We
so
appreciate
happy
that.
when that happens. And
We appreciate it greatly. Alrighty. Okay. So
I can't look at you, Kyle.
I think that is his goal, usually. So you are all boarding the train with your two guides and are getting ushered in for a fairly long trip. It's you are basically going across the entire continent, so you'll be on the train for a couple of days. But it does mean that you get some gorgeous views of the internal of the island where there are not any cities. So you will get some kind of lush land views as you pass through. So, you all settle into your seats. You all have, you are sitting in the center of the car. Oak and Brick, you are on the left side, each with a window seat. And Callie and Irwin, you are also on a window seat, but on the right side. The train seems fairly empty in this particular car. A few other cars have a few assorted passengers on them, but there seems to be a storm brewing overhead. And so at the moment, you guys are left to your own devices while your guides go up to make arrangements and make sure that your sleeping cars are all ready and bring back some food for the journey.
Erwin's looking through her. She has a textbook or two with her, and one of them talks about how to write out a field guide, and so she's sort of prepping her materials for her little extra credit project.
Excellent. What are the rest of you guys up to?
How is the reception on the train?
At the moment, the reception's fine, such as it is. Communication in Madagascar is not particularly great, cell phone-wise. In the main ports and cities, you've got some scattered connections, but most of the entire country does rely on radio broadcast, and radios are state-controlled, the broadcasts. There are a few local radio networks that occasionally you can tune into, but most of the time, broadcasts that you hear around, people are getting their news from state broadcasts via the radio. Although you do get a little bit of cell phone reception.
Okay. then Brick is trying to use a hotspot on his cell phone to use the Wi-Fi so that he can battle his Pokemon against his brother.
I love it.
Well, I unfortunately have my head in a book. I'm reading a Full Moon right now.
Excellent. And Callie, what are you up to?
Callie's matching Pantones in her mascara collection and blushes. And when she sees Oak open up a book, she sidles over to sit in the seat next to him and reads over his shoulder. And then coyly rests her head on Oak's shoulder as he's reading and follows along. She's like, "Oh, I wasn't done that page yet, darling.
He stays on the page as long as it's necessary.
I'm good now." And I cross my feet and kick them out in front of me all girlishly.
It worked.
I love it. Or when are you just like over this already?
It's just a real good use of an expensive abroad trip.
Brick was sitting next to Oak, right?
You were sitting behind him in the
Okay.
seat behind.
I move across the train. Am I allowed to get up?
Yeah, you can get up and move around. That's no
Just
problem.
get up and go over to Irwin. Just gonna sit down. It's better over here.
No argument there.
So as you are all getting situated, you feel the sudden lurch as the train starts moving. Slowly and steadily, and as you are leaving the town, beginning to pick up speed as you head out into the jungles of Madagascar.
When we lurch forward, I say, "Oh my," and I grab Oak's beefy bicep.
Perfect. Perfect.
Er-
Go ahead.
Oh, Irwin glances over at Brick and sees his phone and asks, "What type do you prefer?" I'm into electric myself.
Electric phones?
Did you not get the Pokemon working?
Oh, you're making a joke.
I was... Never mind, I was just trying to make small talk. It's fine. She turns the page to the next part of her textbook.
Grass type all the way.
I can respect that.
Ever since I was a little one. The other ones suck.
Callie, you have 2 guards with you. What is guides with you, not guards. Sorry.
Like, wait, what?
2 guides.
I just missed my home back in Georgia with all those parapets.
What is one of the name of one of your guides?
Garth Guardsman.
Garth Guardsman. And what is Garth Guardsman like?
Handsome.
Callie thinks everyone's handsome.
But he actually is. He's like the new James Bond, handsome.
He's like
That's
a Kyle
Idris
Goldman.
Elba, right?
That's a
No, if it isn't, it should be.
good plug.
All right. And Oak, what is the name of your other guide? And what are they like?
Jillian Flanders. She's a little bit too sweet for living. She's got a naivete and a bubbliness that sort of grates on the nerves.
And her shirt is just bright red.
All right. Brick, what is the name of one of the stewards that is on the train, and what are they like?
Monica Fluinski. She is a hard, stern woman, strong and independent. She has a German accent, and she doesn't take any shit from anyone.
All right. And Erwin, what is the name of the last steward that is on the train?
His name is Kaz. He's got dark olive skin, and he's just sitting around reading a comic book.
All right. All right. So as the train gets moving, you do notice Monica and Kaz making their way through the cars. There's about 5 of them on the train in total, not, of course, including the engine. And they just seem to be stopping and talking with passengers here and there, checking in, making sure everything is all right. And Kaz comes over to your car and kind of greets the 4 of you and says, "Oh, hi, can I get you guys anything? Do you have your tickets? Can I punch them? Do you guys need a bottle of water or anything?"
Do you have any sarsaparilla?
I can check.
I'm just teasing. Water's fine.
All right.
Sparkling.
I do have that, yes. Anybody else?
How about a buttery white wine?
I do have that as well.
Yes, please.
Just have a Coke.
Mm-hmm. And for you?
Shouldn't start your day with Coke.
Is your water like sulfur treated?
It's bottled.
Oh, good water then. Thank you.
No problem. So Kaz kind of bustles back and makes some notes on a little notepad, and a few moments later comes back and hands out your drinks. Oak, the wine is okay.
Is it oaky?
It's the closest approximation to a buttery white wine that you could probably get on a train.
He'll take what he can get.
But the waters are nice and cold, as is the Coke. As is the wine. It feels slightly chilled. There must be a refrigerator in the back car.
Andy, can you do me a favor and be creepier a little louder? There you go. Try that.
Is this better?
That's better, thank
Oh,
you.
you're welcome.
I love your soft, buttery voice.
I will say that Logan did do a good job with the voices, and I might have just screwed it up.
No, he just said you got super quiet, so I think you
Ah.
might have helped him out.
Ah, that's good. Okay, good. I'm glad.
I don't like him talking and then the music starting. Here's the thing. I think this is a giant red herring, this whole Hangman thing. I think this is all about...
Dear,
Hang on.
Okay.
Course meal.
Oak has more than 7 letters.
We are the most
This is
dangerous
true.
game.
All right. So you guys settle in for a very long trip.
Do I ever?
About 3 or 4 hours in, Monica
this book
comes
is so
around.
good.
Monica comes around, refills your drink, makes sure you guys are okay. And it starts to rain. You can see the leaves of the jungle being spattered with heavy raindrops. Every now and again, you get a little glimpse of local flora and fauna. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
I'm able to open the windows.
You can open the windows slightly. Not all the way, but just about, 3/4 of an inch or so.
If it bothers you, Irvin, just tell me. I just love the sound of rain.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So soothing. He closes his his video game, just kind of lays back against the window and just listens to the.
So, Owen, what sort of animals come around when it's raining in Madagascar?
Raining? I mean, you're gonna have a lot of amphibians that show up, and the birds are gonna probably start finding shelter. Most things are gonna find shelter, especially in a rainforest. You're gonna have a pretty substantial amount of rainfall that keeps a lot of productivity from being able to happen. So, yeah, mostly the fish and the waterfowl and the slimy stuff.
That's fair. So, Callie, what do you know about Ari Productive?
Sorry, are we productive?
I was trying to shorten regarding. Never mind.
Erwin just looks back into her book like, wow, Oak's trying really hard to have game right now.
All right.
This book is delightful. Who wrote this?
Mr. Butcher. He
Man Butcher.
yeah.
Will
Human Butcher.
It's actually part of a series. It's do you read much fantasy novels?
Oh gosh, no. I spend all my time reading nonfiction, biographies, and other things like that.
They never caught my interest much. If there's not a wizard, not worth it.
I do like them Harry Potter novels. I even brought my Harry Potter flashlight. I brought it here. Look, I can pull it out. It lights up.
Oh, shit.
Beautiful.
Well, you'll like,
I like
this.
wands. Just like
you'll
stroking
like
wands, you know.
I feel very called out with your name choice,
Oh.
by the way.
Oak just complete pink all over his face at this point. He says, well, you'll like this. The main character's name is Harry.
Oh, excellent. I love it. I'm just enjoying it as we go along.
Erwin slides past Brick and goes to a seat forward and opens another window, hoping that maybe by increasing the amount of noise from the outside world, she might be able to stop hearing this
It's a good
bizarre ritual that's happening in the back.
No, you do sort of remind me of one of the characters in this, Susan. She's a strong, attractive lady reporter.
Well, you know, I always wanted to be a detective when I was growing up, and a reporter's a lot like being a detective.
Oh, well, then maybe Murphy's more your style. Oh, but look at those long legs. That doesn't fit at all.
Oh, you.
I'm sorry for destroying both.
It's okay.
It's okay, I'm just gonna prep my get out screen and be fine.
And Erwin, as you open up that window, increase the noise it does as
Good.
the rain is really coming down now. Which, of course, I mean, it is a rainforest, but this is a deluge unto itself. It's just streaming down. And as you open the window, you can feel a little bit of wind hit you, splattering you with these big fat raindrops as you hear thunder start to echo overhead.
Good thing
Oh,
we're
no.
on a track.
You are indeed on a track.
Callie,
Mean
I'm
to
sorry.
create foreshadowing.
Are you getting wet?
Seems like a rather... Oh, no, I'm sitting next to you. You're against the window. Are you all right?
I'm okay. I'm fine.
I think somewhere I lost control of this
She
game.
just cuddles up closer.
Brick closes his window and moves to the back of the train.
Okay.
Especially
Just setting
branded for you.
tone, y'all.
we can't we can't have a murder in a horror genre without there being some sort of non-virginal characters, right?
Yes, right.
It's
Absolutely. It's very tropey. All right. So sorry, I was not expecting Andy to go here, and it just completely broken my brain.
Neither
I will get back to
was I. This is what happens when your husband asks you, what kind of voice should I do? And I say, leave me alone, I can't help you right now. This is what happens.
So
We
thank
have
her, chat.
learned.
Yeah.
We have learned our lesson.
I will always try to steer him in a better direction.
I love it.
So, as the train is going, you see huge trees, just gorgeous species of different flora and fauna. You see a couple of almost willow-like trees, which seem strange, but there's lots of vines, so maybe it's just a native kind of plant here. There's huge flowers. It smells incredibly fragrant, especially as the rain is pouring down. It is just overwhelming, the scents and the sounds that you are hearing with the rain mixing with the heady scent of these flowers. A few moments later, Jillian Flanders comes into the train car. Oh, hi guys. How, are you all settled in? You guys are doing okay? If you were getting tired, I can show you guys where our train car is for the night, and we can buckle down. I know it's getting kind of dark out, but oh, you're enjoying the rain. It smells lovely, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Damn right.
Nothing for miles. It's nice.
Yeah, if we're lucky, we might see a few of the more nocturnal animals start coming out soon. They tend to kind of avoid the train a little bit, but every now and again you get a glimpse of something.
Sounds great.
Look
I'm
forward
always
to it.
up for getting a glimpse of something.
Yes, Jillian. Where are the bunks?
Oh, right this way. I can show you. Does anyone... Anybody else want to go to the bunks? I can show you where they are.
How many
I'm
bunks
still
are there?
connected to Oak, so yes.
There are 4 bunks
Great.
in our bunk car, and then there is Garth and I have the next car up from you guys.
Yeah, sure. It'd be good to know where they are when I'm ready.
Yeah, okay, right this way, guys, and then I'll bring some dinner back if you guys are hungry.
Sounds good.
What's cooking?
I think we've got some chicken, and we have a couple of local fish delicacies, and I think there's a vegetarian option as well, but I'd have to double check what it is. I'm not sure.
Is it cooked fish or is that sashimi shit?
It is cooked.
Oh, good. I don't want to get sick.
Right this way. And she happily kind of, not quite a sachet, but a little bounce to her step as she leads you up 2 cars into the first sleeper car. And there are bunk style, 4 bunks, 2 lower, 2 upper, that look like have fresh pillows and blankets with little curtains that can be drawn on each one. So pick your pleasure.
Already picked.
Erwin just grabs a bottom bunk. Just
Same upper bunk from Erwin, just kind of bag.
All right. Your 2 bunks are claimed. Oak and Callie, who picks the top bunk, who picks the bottom?
they both pick the top bunk and go, their hands touch. Oh, I'm sorry.
I think Callie was already holding Oak's arm as they walked up, and then just looks at Oak and looks at the bunk and then looks back at Oak.
Oh, Callie, you can take the top. I'm over bottom myself.
Oh, I thought so. We're such a pair. She just sits on the bottom bunk.
So Oak and Kelly, as it's just so weird to say that character name. As Jillian walks ahead, do you guys stay here? Brick and Erwin, do you guys also stay here? Do you head back?
I head back.
Okay.
Jillian, would it be all right if I came to see the food? I'd love to see where it's being cooked.
Oh, of course, no problem. Right this way. And she leads you up into a cart, actually towards the back, where that kind of refrigerated area you think might be. In there, there's a full galley car, and it's got a huge, just stovetop area, burners going. It smells amazing. You think you see some sea bass that's being prepared. It's like a gourmet kitchen in a train car. It is surprisingly unexpected. You would not have thought that so much could be happening in a train. But it's just the smells of everything. They're rich, fresh spices. There's a jar of vanilla that is like fresh vanilla orchids coming out of it. After all, since Madagascar is the #1 producer of vanilla in the world, it's all just this heady, pungent aroma of sweetness and spice and heat emanating with.
Finally home.
You can see, different meals being prepared. It all looks very well done. Very. You can see the French influence that has made its way into Madagascar, as a lot of the dishes are being prepared in the classic French techniques.
That is excellent. Julian, can I help carry things back to the car for you?
Oh, sure, that'd be great. And
I'll just take these then.
all right. So what do you grab? Do you grab some fish? Do you grab one of the chicken or?
Yeah, fish for, I guess, Oak and Brick, and I don't know what Callie and Erwin wanted, but I'm sure we'll grab one of each.
All right. So Oak and Jillian bring back a delightful assortment of plates. There are a couple of desserts on the side as well that look very rich and decadent, in addition to the chicken and fish, and it's like a vegetarian pasta, it looks like. And I will let you guys pick what you want.
Callie has like 2 teaspoons of everything and nothing more.
Well, that might be a deal breaker.
But she does eat every single dish.
Well, that's all right then.
Just a chicken, please.
Erwin's not super adventurous, so yeah, she'll go with the chicken. At least culinarily adventurous.
It is all very well prepared and very good. It's a chicken in a kind of a creamy mushroom sauce. There's fresh, bright green and red vegetables on the side, and there's fresh baked bread rolls. And the dessert options are a tiramisu, a triple layer chocolate cake with a homemade fresh ganache on top, and of course, Madagascar vanilla bean ice cream on the side.
Hey, Birch, what kind of mushrooms are these? You would answer. All right. What kind of mushrooms are they?
It's oak.
Oak mushrooms. That's weird.
Right.
They're actually chanterelles.
Never heard of them.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Brick. Do you keep calling Oak Birch? You getting his name wrong intentionally, or was that a honest mistake?
I was, yeah. Mm-hmm. No, on purpose.
Seems kind of a dickish thing to do, don't you think?
Yes.
I was testing his anger. I want to make sure that he can deal under pressure.
We're on a school trip, Brick. How much pressure do you think we're gonna be under?
I mean, have you seen Callie?
I feel like that might be a little bit under the belt. She's not.
Well, she's trying to be.
Whoa now, let's not get all ungenteel here. We're having polite dinner and a polite conversation should follow that. There's no need for open hostilities and antagonism.
You're right.
You're
sorry.
right. Sorry.
It's Bump Irwin.
I just got a lot of work to do, and you guys can get distracting.
Yeah, you have seemed a little bit stressed. Is there anything I can help you with?
Do you know the average length of a Brocasia microchameleon?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Not much you can do then. It's okay.
My apologies.
It's okay.
10 millimeters.
That's probably... That actually might not be too far off. That was a good guess.
If you want to call it that, all right.
Oh, look at you knowing all these things and stuff. I smack him in the bicep.
Did you steal my book? I'm looking for my book that has that fact in it.
No, I was a little bit too into animals when I was younger.
What? You soured on them or something?
No, sweet on them.
There is
They're
a
delicious.
large bump that moves the entire car, jostles it from side to side. And
Oh my.
Jillian,
Hate it.
Jillian looks up alarmed. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go check on that.
No, it's probably just a speed bump. You shouldn't worry.
We're on a train.
Is that not a thing?
No.
No. Well then.
It's like the worst thing.
There is a loud clap of thunder from overhead.
Oh my.
And as the train jostles again, the lights kind of flicker. And another clap of thunder.
Okay, so about 10 miles off.
I hold Oak really close.
You can hear the rain. It's like a cacophonous roar on the roof of the train car.
Well, make the best of it. And she reaches into her pocket and pulls out these bright orange earplugs. Don't know why I didn't. She looks at Brick. I don't know why I didn't pull these out before.
You got
Anybody want any?
extra pair of those?
Yeah. Her bag's full of supplies and stuff. So she's like,
Thank you.
earplugs for anybody who wants them.
I'm all right.
I lean over to Oak and I say, I don't need to talk.
Monica comes
right.
rushing from the back of the train. Excuse me, could I have you all move back to the car with the seatbelts, please? We're a little bit of rocky terrain. I can't do a German accent. That was French. Sorry.
I understand your frustration. I totally get it.
I'm not
Where's Kyle when you need him?
Right.
I took French in high school. It colors everything.
We need to take a Nerdsmith. Okay, if you, our wonderful viewers, can subscribe to Nerdsmith, we can afford our accent classes.
That would be
please.
awesome.
That would be amazing. I would love that.
I know 2 stellar accent coaches on Twitter, so we'd
There you
love to
go.
hire them.
Yes, we would.
Sorry, just had to bring it in. Had to.
Besides,
Everything comes out. Everything comes out French.
Besides-
So I apologize. Pretend she said stuff with the German accent.
then we could.
You just have to be angry. Instead of
And it
snobbish.
just sounds
be angry.
Irish.
I'm gonna
It
find
just
some
sounds
seat
Irish.
belts.
You'll be able to turn to the seats now.
Yeah.
Brick gets up, grabs his messenger bag, and snaps it closed. Moves to the back.
Oak stands up and grabs the rest of his food and Callie's food and starts walking back to the seat.
Oh, no, sugar. I was done. I don't need any more than that.
Oh, well, I will.
You can have everything on your plate. That's fine. You'll be working it off later. I don't doubt. I grab the book and sashay out.
You guys go ahead and get back in your seats and fasten your seatbelts. A few moments later, Oak, you notice the people who were in the dining cart in the galley walk past and up into another car. They probably, for safety purposes, should not be in a cart full of hot things and sharp objects. So
Well, then Callie better get out of this train car.
she's not in the galley.
Sharp objects, not hard objects. It's fine.
So you guys settle in, and it does indeed seem to be getting a little bit of a rough ride. How are your stomachs after eating? Andy, I'm not trying. I'm not. It just happens, okay?
When you get in a certain headspace, everything turns dirty.
How are your stomachs feeling after having eaten on this now bumpy train ride? How is everyone feeling constitution-wise? Going to make you roll yet. I just want to get
Erwin's
an
not
idea.
like super great on bumpy rides at like theme parks, so adding an additional layer of this isn't intentionally bumpy does not help her nerves.
The food was a bit rich, but Brick has a pretty good constitution. He's pretty good at holding stuff down.
All right.
Brick took food eating challenges.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
yeah, that's what I figured. You guys mix stuff at a restaurant.
Just
Drink this.
because he would do it.
Oak feels fine. He's a little concerned that he had the fish, but other than that, it's staying down.
It was impeccably cooked, that
Oh,
fish.
It was excellent. I don't know how old the fish was, though.
You were in
Always.
a ocean town right when you left? You imagine it was probably fresh caught that day.
It is probably perfect then. That's fine.
And Callie has eaten such a small amount, it's not really bothering her, but that sparkling water seems to have given her a bit of the toots, and she's trying to conceal that.
Oh, just let it out, Callie. It's fine.
Oh my goodness, no, I don't do that. That sort of thing isn't something I do.
You never... Ooh, Toll the Dead? You ever watch that movie Shrek? Better out than in, you know.
Oh, you.
There is a disconcerting creak of metal and a shout heard from the front of the train.
Well, that doesn't seem suspicious at all.
Well, shit.
Is the train still going?
It is for now.
Maybe someone dropped their hot food.
That doesn't make a shriek. A shriek is more like tearing open the
rat.
side of a car.
Erwin gets up and walks towards... I'm gonna go check it out.
Watching too many
Have you
Godzilla movies.
Seriously.
Damn right.
Erwin.
Yeah.
As you start to walk towards the front of the car and you've unbuckled your seatbelt, you get into the sleeper car. before you feel the car start to pitch forward, tilting dramatically at almost a 45-degree angle. And you need to stop yourself from sliding on the floor. As a moment later, you hear rushing water and a large crash. I would like you to work together as a team to guess our first letter.
Well, vowels are always a safe bet. But with
There
this
are
game, it's
only
not
a few of
always a
them.
safe bet.
Yeah, 7's a little long for no vowels.
It's been close sometimes.
Happened before.
It was like one vowel. So how you guys feeling about a vowel of some kind?
And
Yeah,
we don't
just start
want to
at the
go with
top.
like Aish, which is like the AE combined, right?
Are special characters par for the course?
I would
Or is
not
it
do
just
that
all-
to you.
Darn,
you.
I was really excited about an AE being in there.
And with a tilde.
Maybe
Like
someday,
an umlaut,
but not
please?
today.
I have always.
You're
been
giving
pa-
me better ideas.
Advanced Hangman.
Ooh.
I have always been partial to A's. That could
Okay.
work.
I'm fine trying out an A.
Oh, really? I've never had it in the A before, but if that's where we want to go.
No, I
Thank you, Zach.
I said I
agree.
was the bottom.
She does. Nope.
Is that...
Sorry, Tessa.
This
I'm not playing GB. It's different
is
now.
very different than GB.
Everything
yes.
is different now, Andy. Everything is different now.
Everything is awesome.
I'm really glad I'm not allowed to look at chat.
It's a time.
A.
I'll just leave it at that.
A.
Jay's
A.
trying to
A sounds
cook
good.
and not working well.
Okay.
A is your final answer?
Locking in A.
A final answer.
All right.
Ooh. It's
All
not
right,
banana.
Acceptable. No, it's not banana.
It's not banana, no.
Erwin didn't die. It's good.
Give me a banana though.
When you manage to catch yourself sliding fairly easily.
Those goalie reflexes.
Yes, you've got that. But you do feel like you might be bouncing a little bit, or at least the car.
I was gonna say. How? Is there like a? I look for a. I can't see anything out the window. It's just dark.
It is dark outside, but there has been plenty of thunder and lightning. And appropriately, lightning does flash outside of the window, almost immediately followed by a crack of thunder, probably less than 2 seconds apart.
Oh my!
As the outside world is lit up, you can see a cliff that you are sort of dangling off the edge of. And below, a rushing river, a flash flood that seems to have washed out the bridge unexpectedly.
How precariously high up are we on this?
You
edge?
are about 10 feet up. Not particularly high, but definitely enough that the rest of the train either got derailed or it broke at some point. The connection. This is the last car, and there were at least 3 or 4 more.
What the fuck? We need to get out of the car. The train is gone.
What do you mean the train's gone? We're in it.
Yeah, we're in the car that's left.
Yeah, we're not moving.
Yeah, no. There was like a flash flood or a mudslide or something, and the train is just not there anymore. I think we're I want to get out of the car.
Is
Why?
it train to zone then?
We're safe in here.
No, if the train continues down this hill, we're not safe. We should get out of this car.
Yeah, we're on the edge. I don't like this.
Is the baggage car behind us or in front of us?
There is a baggage car behind you.
Let's head to that.
Okay.
No, if this car goes, that car goes. We got to get off this train.
But we can get our shit.
That's fair. All right.
I have 7 Louis Vuitton bags that cost nearly $7,000. If I don't collect those, I might put out.
I have ponchos.
Why do you have someone else's bags?
Oh, you.
Why do you have another guy's underwear?
You hear what sounds like a groaning of metal as you are standing in the car.
Okay, let's move.
Yep. Callie runs like Phoebe from Friends.
Nice. Hallie, are you leading the charge back, or are you...
Yeah, I've got to get my bags.
All right, so as you are entering the baggage cart, you trip over something.
Oh, my. Is it Garth?
Which
Actually, yes, it is.
Oh, God.
It is Garth. And he is not moving
Garth, whatever's wrong with you?
or responding.
I slap him once or twice.
He kind of stirs a little.
I grab his collar and start pulling him towards the baggage cart with us. And I'm like, Brick, Oak, help us, he's unconscious.
Fuck my arm day, right?
I mean, I can get him.
Well, I thought you were all the way in the back. I mean, they were right there.
That was-
And you're
that
a
was
soccer
me.
player. You don't use your hands.
I'm a keeper. I use my hands.
I didn't know that. We hadn't had enough time for personal conversations, not confrontation.
We have had personal confrontation.
I scoop Garth up and fireman carry him.
Because you got that good old Goliath.
Do you do
footful
that
drag?
cool army roll one where you grab arm leg and scoop him up in a somersault? That's crazy.
You want me to? Sure.
Yeah.
All right. You
Oh,
scoop
my.
him up.
Is he bleeding? Like as I pick him up, I pick him up slowly, just like checking him.
It does look like maybe he was trying to secure luggage so it didn't fall everywhere, and a piece may have hit him in the head or something. He's got a minor cut. He probably has a concussion.
You're all right, buddy. Don't worry.
Don't worry, partner.
That's really bad for you. You shouldn't let that happen.
Yes, let.
You can see that some of the luggage has been tied down to shelving, but the luggage in the back obviously hadn't been gotten to yet, as it has slid onto the floor and is kind of upended. I would like you all to pick 2 items that you can find in this mess to bring with you out of the train.
Each or total?
Each. You may bring 2 items each.
From what
I
we
want to
would have
bring
brought,
my Harry Potter wand.
I
Flashlight.
would prefer it be from something that you brought, but I will let you have your own personal bags that you had on you. Something in
okay.
your luggage.
Kelly brings her wand and the extra batteries.
Callie brings her wand and she brings her
Her Harry Potter
Louis
memorabilia.
Vuitton, her Louis Vuitton mascara bag, of course. The rolly one.
Livelihood.
All right.
It's very important for the rolly one. Erwin is grabbing her like she has a heavy poncho that has like one of those little like it has like a lip on it, like a hat lip on the hood. It's, jungle colored. And she's also gonna grab a she had like one of those camping axes. She didn't have a machete, but she had something. The idea being like getting brush out of the way when she was actually in the field. And she's like, fuck this, I'm bringing something sharp.
I got one of those too. I mean, it's not nearly as cool as my grandpa's lucky knife. It's like a Bowie knife. It's pretty big.
Yeah, my mom got me a gift card for REI.
Those are 3 letters. It's cool. He also gets a lantern, like an electric lantern.
That's a good call. I just don't want to get trench foot is all, so I need us to try.
Oak grabs a leather roll from his bag that has um, a large fork and a carving knife that he'd purchased when he was in town, as well as an extra pair of boots.
All right. Good options.
He figures the sneakers he has on are not going to be. They're not going to survive the night.
Probably not. So, you take your found objects and what you can. Do you decide to try to hunker down in the baggage cart, or do you head out into the night?
Is there any way to look at the connectors between the cars and try to disconnect from the one that's feeling wobbly?
You may absolutely do that if you give me a letter.
Okay.
That's really smart.
Yeah, I don't want to fall off into the water. Yeah. I'm gonna guess T, as in trailer hitch that I want to take off the... As in train. As in fuck this train.
It's so nice that we have TNA now.
We always had TNA, Callie.
You manage to, with some very deft maneuvers, unlatch the sleeper car from the rest of the train, leaving you guys 3 cars. One where your seatbelts were, the galley, and the baggage cart, still left on the track.
Like still, as in like securely on the track? Like it's not...
Securely on the track.
Okay.
Yeah. But the sleeper car does crash down and starts being basically... The force of the water has gotten so strong at this point that it just floats away like it weighs nothing.
Well then. Hats off to you, Owen. That was good.
I owe you my life.
Erwin just stares at where the train car was. Just, yeah, no problem. I'm gonna go back inside now.
I'm so glad you didn't skip day.
And she's gonna sort of trudge back into the train car with her soaked poncho.
Excellent.
We're fucked. This is fucking...
We're only a few hours out. They'll come get us.
Erwin, if you need to read, I have a lantern.
It's okay. Brick, do you still have your phone? Can you, like...
Of course I do.
How's your reception?
He powers his phone up because he turned it off.
There is no reception in the middle of the jungle.
Airplane mode immediately.
At that thought, Erwin starts poking around the cars that do exist and see if she can find any sort of emergency, like, hand radios, anything that might have a longer range and better ability to communicate with somebody.
Didn't Garth have one of those because he was our guide?
He did have one of those, and given that the mode of communication across the entire country is usually done by radio, the train cars are outfitted with radios as well.
Yeah, let's Erwin's gonna check them and see if any of them are, battery, anything connecting. Make sure they turn on.
Okay. You managed to get one of the radios working. It's kind of staticky, but you imagine you might be able to find something. You try different channels, and after a bit of time, you do manage to hear a voice speaking in French on one end. It sounds like you found some sort of official broadcast channel you might be able to reach out to somebody on.
Hey, that sounds right. Hors d'oeuvres and boy, I know more words than that, I'm sure.
I know a bit of French.
Roux, that's another one.
Say, je suis une jolie fille.
You are a happy girl? That's so funny.
Callie, you use the radio.
Oh, all right. I mean, I did take public relations, and that required me to take 2 alternate language courses, and I did take French and Japanese, so I might skip and flip them 2 together, but...
Oh, God.
Sushi and teriyaki and...
That's right, sugar. Yeah. Those
There
are
is
both
sugar in
Japanese
teriyaki.
cuisines.
So, Callie, you take the radio, and what is it that you say?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Parlez-vous anglais?
Oui, je parle anglais.
Oh, hello. This is Callie Reinhardt on the 746 train to... Where were we going again? Morombe?
Kalamazoo.
Morondova? Talara? Where were we going again? I know we were on the coast or something, weren't we?
I think we're in Madagascar.
Yeah, yes, sugar. Those are all towns in Madagascar. I'm just trying to figure out where we were headed now.
Erwin rattles off where we were heading.
I'll just wait for the Grim Mistress to confirm.
Sure.
You were heading to Toa Messina.
We were heading to Tolomacina. Is I'm saying that right?
Yes.
We
As far
crossed
as
the bridge, storm picked up and done washed out half the train.
this is an official channel for the state. We will send rescue. Are you on high ground?
Sort of. We're on the train itself, which I think would have been running on the track on the high ground, but we can get to high ground. How will you be sending out a rescue, and how long do you think you'll be till you get here? We're just how many? A couple hours? 3 hours south from where we left.
You were on the train for about a total of 5 hours.
And it was an 8-hour trip.
It was a 2-day trip.
2-day trip. All right. I reiterate that and indicate that we were just about to cross a big bridge that has been washed out. And the moon's on our right. If I could see it.
The storm is very bad, but we will send cars as soon as we can.
Well, all right. Arigato. I mean, no, I think that's right.
Good night.
That's it,
Get
folks.
to higher ground.
We
That's
can
all
do
you
that.
hear.
I give the radio back to Erwin.
I put it in my pocket under my poncho. Keep it dry. Oh, fucking shit, hold on. Erwin trots down to the exit of the train car and starts yelling for anybody who she remembers was on the train. Just like the idea that there's 4 of us and Garth seems dead and there were a number of other people on this train.
You forgot Cass. Call for Cass, too.
Kaz and Monica.
Yeah. She's just shouting out into the
4th.
rain.
Who was the 4th?
Jillian.
Jillian.
Who, as
The red
Andy
shirt.
said, was just too sweet to live. So there is no response.
Womp womp.
We lost our red shirt already. Heavens to bits.
We needed the buffer. Damn it.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Brick.
What?
No.
Well, you heard him. Shall we start heading to higher ground? I could go pilfer some food from the mess, if you'd like.
Yeah, something that doesn't matter if it gets soggy. Something easy to eat, even if it gets wet.
Are there like panthers
so
out there?
So the fish.
Ha. Yeah, just grab whatever you can, put it in a container.
Not the fish. It'll go bad quicker. I'll get the chicken. I'll be back.
Thank you.
Smart.
Oak, I would like you to give me a roll, please, to see what
Good.
you can manage to find.
Find matches.
9. And I'm in the kitchen, so
So?
maybe a +1.
It's a +1. You are in the kitchen.
This place is
That's
organized
10.
very intuitively.
As it did not fall off the cliff and everything go crazy, you know your way around a kitchen, especially a commercial one. Things are very well stocked, very well labeled. It's easy to see when things were brought in. It seems to have followed a very base first in, first out system. While the power is now off in the train, so you wouldn't trust the refrigeration for very long, you do have access to cold water bottles, and several other different types of foodstuffs, as well as a bunch of different canned goods.
Brick will throw... Oak will throw... Yeah.
We'll throw a brick.
Yeah, we'll throw a bunch of stuff out of his bag. So he had a backpack to carry his books and stuff. So he's going to dump his books and fill it with water. And ignore the first in, first out rule. He goes to the thing that came in most recently, puts that in that's cooked, puts that in the bag, and he will also grab some utensils, just fork, knife, spoon sorts of things for each of them, and then probably a couple more knives to make sure everyone has something. So he saw Erwin with the axe. He's got a knife already, so he'll grab another 2 knives for Callie and Brick.
All right. Do you take any of the cans with you or no?
Yeah. Is there a can opener?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll grab some of those too.
All right. While you were searching, because you had that +1, you also managed to find a small portable propane stove that looks collapsible.
Sterno or gas?
Gas.
Perfect. Let's go.
In case we need to go all Jaws on some motherfucker.
Who has a gun?
Don't you remember? All you have to do is puncture it. It'll explode.
Oh, right. Got it.
Does Garth Guardsman have a gun?
Garth Guardsman does not have a gun. He was a tour guide, not
Yes,
an
yeah.
actual guard.
Garth Guardsman the guide, not Garth Guardsman the guard.
I mean, he does look like 007. I
He
wouldn't
does
put it
look
past
like
him
007.
having a Walther PPK.
Yes. But no, alas, he does not.
What? It's
Alright.
just his pee-pee. Okay.
All right. So you all head out into the sopping wet jungle.
Before he leaves the train car, he puts his boots on.
All right.
I find a parasol in my luggage.
All right. Perfect.
Brick had made like a little
thrown inside out.
like barrier with all like the luggage that's still around. He made like a barrier around Garth, just like inside the thing.
Oh, we're leaving Garth. We're not going to carry Garth through the jungle.
No,
We don't
we're
get eaten,
not.
bud.
Did we check for a pulse? Erwin would check for a pulse before we
moved
left.
around.
He is breathing. He is moving around. He is unconscious.
Son of a bitch.
Leave some fish for him.
Yeah, I mean, just make sure the door's barricaded so nothing can get inside, and we'll tell them, check the track. They can get to the train track.
What if we made one of those? Anyone with a Boy Scout? What do you call them? You put 2 sticks together and you wrap some stuff
fire?
around it.
Oh.
No, that would be bad for him.
Splint. A splint.
No, but you put him on it. It's like a.
Oh,
It's
a
like
gurney.
it's like a, but it's you just pull it. There's no wheels. We don't have
Like a
wheels.
sledge?
Yeah, like a sled. Yeah.
With a GE at the end.
I
Because
don't
I
know.
think General Electric owns the rights to the word or whatnot.
To the word sled.
That's why it's called a sledge.
That makes sense.
So do you make that with a hammer?
I couldn't tell you. I think
Can
it's
we
just
go?
2 sticks with some cloth in between it, and you drag one end and hold the other.
Yeah, that thing.
There, I know what you're talking about. I think we're on the same page. I have some wraps and shawls we could put together and drag Goth with us.
Sure.
Yes, that'd
Okay.
be more comfortable.
All right, fine.
All right.
Oh no, not that one. The color doesn't go.
I'm sorry. I'll stick to the autumn
Brick
colors.
leaves.
So you work together to put Garth on a sledge and head out of the train into the night. When
Y'all just want bait to leave behind.
it is pouring down rain, and you can kind of see up a little bit of a hill off to your right, since the moon is shining that direction, as Callie so graciously pointed out. Kind of a little grove of trees up at the top. It looks to be higher ground. Might be a good place to start. Looks like there might be a little clearing up there that you could make camp in.
Okay. Yeah, head there. Just make sure that Garth has a, blanket over him and stuff. She's keeping her poncho on, but...
Okay. You head up to the trees, sorry. And, yeah, it seems to be a good place. A little clearing of trees. Looks to be fairly well insulated. The storm's still coming down, but in this little clearing, the canopy top seems to lessen some of the downfall.
I do hate when my hands get pruny. Anyone know any ghost
Not too
stories?
sure why we're out here. Do you know why we're out here and not in the train still? It seemed like it's a better place to be.
They told us to get higher ground so that they could find us. They're probably taking a helicopter or something.
Let's only hope, eh?
Could Brick have been trying to collect, laying branches that are on the ground?
Mm-hmm. Brick, why don't you roll me? Give me a roll to see what kind of branches you find.
That's 9.
All right, and I believe that you were all about nature. Agricultural management. I would say that that gives you enough of a knowledge of trees and such to get a +1 on that roll. So you get a 10. What you do notice is that there is something slightly strange. You would think that in a rich rainforested area that you would have several different types of flora and fauna from which to choose. But, well, at least flora in this case. All the branches seem to be of the same design. Thick, almost wrist-sized vines that have fallen with spines. They look almost wickedly sharp. They might make good weapons as well as fuel. It's hard to pick them up because of the spines, but you do manage to grab a few. And you notice that as you're looking around, all of the trees in this area seem to be of this same type. Long, thick vines coming down from the tops with jagged spikes. Maybe there's some sort of fruit or flower that is particularly edible that it's a defense mechanism against. But you do indeed manage to get quite a few. And with that, you guys may give me another letter.
I feel like H might be a good one.
Sure. An M or an N is also probably pretty safe. Maybe an S. I'm fine trying out an H.
Yeah.
Sure.
Locking
that-
in H, final answer.
All right.
No, that's an O, Grim Mistress.
We asked for an H.
Brick, as you have done so well in finding all these branches, as you do pick them up, one of these spikes does embed itself into the palm of your hand.
Shit.
It's probably 3 inches long.
Tries to like pull it out with his teeth.
It comes out, but it rips a little bit of your flesh with it. It almost seems like it was covered in tiny little barbs. You've
That's
got
not
a
good.
nasty mess on your hands.
It means like to like lick it.
You. Where do you guys lay Garth?
The base of a tree.
Okay. All right.
Oak will look around the tree and knock on it a few times to see if any insects are living inside it as a like colony sort of thing, just to make sure nothing bad's going down there.
Doesn't sound like any insects are inside the tree. Sounds like a tree.
Callie will sit down at the base there, put Garth's head in her lap, and hold her parasol and pull her legs up against the rain.
All right. Erwin, what are you up to?
Hood's up. Just keeping an eye out around us, even though that might be futile. Skyward, looking down and skyward, anywhere to look for emergency lights, look for anything that would remotely be considered cover.
Aside from the
Safety.
trees, not really much in the way of cover.
Are there any big leaves?
There are a little ways from camp, but it doesn't look like there's any big leaves in this little circle of trees. You might be able to find some if you venture out further.
Well, first he's gonna try to see if he can make some kind of like lean-to against the tree.
Sure.
So if he can get some kind of temporary cover, and if is able to do that, then he'll say, "I'm gonna go and try to get some big leaves and cover it up, maybe make some kind of shelter."
Okay.
Sounds good. Let me help with that. And Oak will start digging just real thinly circled holes in the ground to try to get a place for him to put one of those thick barbed ones that he can use as the base of the lean-to.
Okay.
Callie's going to keep her eye out on the periphery just to see if there's anything moving down there, whatnot, anything below the hill that might be coming up towards us.
Okay. Callie, as you are underneath your parasol, I would like you to give me a roll, please. You are a
Sure.
detective, so you are good at noticing things. So I'll go ahead and let you give you a +1 here.
Oh, I rolled an 8, so +1 is 9.
Excellent. So a mixed success. Callie, as you're sitting there watching Oak work with his big, strong, manly, muscled arms with a
Water coruscating down his back.
You hear a noise that is not the sound of rainfall, but it sounds like the hissing of snakes nearby.
I let everyone know that there's some sort of lizard-like snake thing that might be nearby we need to keep an eye out for. And I say, y'all, there's something slithering in the grass out there. Might be a snake or a lizard or something. You keep your feet safe, you hear?
And Callie, you feel something brush along the small of your back.
Go you. uh, all right. I leap to my feet and shriek in alarm. Ah!
All right. Do you get out from under your parasol? Do you leave Garth behind?
I keep my well, it's a parasol, so I keep that with me and turn it to hold a bay against whatever was that slipped against me, and I leave Garth behind.
Okay. As you turn around, you don't see anything. Just the vines of the trees kind of swaying in the breeze of the storm. Maybe that was it?
Oh my heavens to Betsy, it's so worrisome out here in nature.
I think if I'm understanding the geometry correctly, Callie is now facing away from Oak. Does Oak see anything on Callie's back?
No, you do not see anything on Callie's back.
Nice.
Gross.
Yeah, it's I actually have an open back sundress on.
You are getting
Oh,
kind
that's
of cold.
really cold.
Yeah, that's why she kept snuggling up to Oak.
That's why.
Well, one of the reasons.
Callie, your parasol is not doing a whole lot to protect you from the rain, and you are soaked to the skin at this point.
Yeah, that seems
maybe
cinematic.
It might be a good time to try and get a fire started, perhaps.
Yeah, Brick, you gonna start a fire with all them branches you gathering, or?
Is that what I'm supposed to do?
I don't know. I thought that you were gathering them for a purpose. I didn't know what that purpose was.
I figured we were
Shelter.
gonna. I figured we were gonna make shelter and then a fire. It doesn't seem like anything would light under this.
No, I would agree. I just didn't know. No one was really talking.
Do you have a fire starter?
I do have a lighter in here somewhere.
Oh shit! Well, I assumed that the stove would have something similar. I found a stove.
I don't know what that metal briefcase you were holding was.
Yeah, it's kind of big. I also brought lots of water. Yeah, the Grim Mistress just grabbed one of the bottles.
I did. I had it delivered specially through the internet.
It's a
So, Erwin,
really
you are-
bougie reason to use Amazon delivery.
Right?
Single bottle of water.
Yes.
I don't think the
So-
drone delivered it right to her desk, though.
No, my producer delivered it to me because he's awesome. So, Erwin, you are on the lookout, yes, for any sort of lights? Any sign of humanity? As you were...
Correct.
All right.
Basically just anxiously waiting for the rescue team.
Okay. I would like you... I would like you to give me a roll, please. I want to see just how well you are looking out.
Okay.
Since she's looking for humans, does her public relations help her?
If it were Callie, perhaps, but Erwin does not have public relations.
I actively don't have people skills.
Right, sorry.
Has an ecology major. 8.
All right, still a mixed success. So, Erwin, you hear from your pocket a bit more static and maybe some voices coming from the radio. It sounds kind of like, Miss, are you there?
Erwin scrambles under the poncho, grab the walkie. Yeah, hello?
Hi, yes, is this the party that was, trapped on the train?
Yes, we've found some higher ground. We left the train. We have an injured person with us.
Oh, okay. We will be there as soon as we can. The jungle and the flooding has made it very difficult for us to get our cars on the road. We may be several more hours than anticipated.
Okay.
Try and stay calm. And if possible, keep an eye on the level of the water. More rain is due, and flash floods are being reported all across the area. Be wary.
Okay. Thank you.
Be ready to move at a moment's notice if need be. We'll be in touch by radio as much as possible. So if you have to keep seeking higher ground, just let us know.
Okay, great. Thank you. Over and out. Erwin also checks the battery on the, see if there's a battery indicator anywhere on the walkie-talkie.
It seems to be A-okay.
Okay. She'll put it away and, just, if anybody didn't hear that conversation, she'd, group back up and let them know it's gonna be longer.
Rick had gone to get the big leaves. Would he have been able to get like enough to make a pretty alright shelter?
I would say with your earlier roll, which was so well, I would say that yes, you've managed to get a good amount of leaves. Erwin, you did manage to get some radio contact. You did manage to get a good warning about the river. But what you did not notice is a pair of eyes staring from the jungle, which are definitely not. Yes. Not human.
Oh,
Cat.
house cat.
It starts with cat.
Is that a guess?
No, it's not a guess.
You can't just plant a cat in your screen, Tessa, to trick us into guessing things.
I don't know. It kind of sounded like a guess.
No. I will say this before I forget, because I realize that everybody but Kyle has played Hangman before. If at any time you do want to make a guess, you may have one chance as an individual player to guess the puzzle, but if you fail, your character will die.
Again, not a guess, just a joke. Sorry.
It wasn't even so much a guess as it was like it starts with cat, which is not a full guess, right? So you'd only partially die, like lose a.
They would not.
Mostly.
They would not allow that during Wheel of Fortune.
No, definitely not.
It starts with this.
Wheel of Fortune isn't Hangman either, so it's all good. You have to buy vowels, so.
We're buying them with our lives.
Yes.
Is there
Yes.
higher ground than where we are presently?
Not that you can readily see, but you could probably hunt some out fairly quickly.
Has the water crept up to the train tracks yet?
You are more than welcome to go look if you'd like.
Well, I'll give from afar or whatnot if I can see the water at any given point and kind of make a guesstimate.
It does seem like it has risen a little bit. Brick heads back into camp a few moments later with a handful of leaves. Oak, you've been a little bit quiet. Are you still working on your poles?
I think that's probably done. He batches them down, and yeah, that seems about right.
He's got great pole work.
Yeah.
They're bobbed, or I would demonstrate it.
Yes. What are you using to protect your hands from them?
He has removed the leather from the carving kit that he had, so he's just using the leather to hold to sort of wrap around the base of the wood as he works it.
All right.
Be careful with that. You're gonna hurt yourself. And he shows like his palm.
Yeah, you might go blind.
Oak, you're not, a medical doctor, but Brick's hand does not look good.
Ah, shit. That doesn't look good, man.
Why?
It went 3 inches deep into about 3 inches of flesh.
Says you. I got big ass hands.
I hear that means something, but mostly it just means that hand looks bad. Can I help you?
Yeah, sure.
No.
Once a retriever, always a retriever.
Yeah.
No, it's just because Brick also did that earlier too, right?
It was mostly a callback to that. Do I know first aid? I don't have really thought about it.
You can roll for it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to help him with my massive first aid skills.
My hands are my money makers. Please help me.
That's a 7. Is that a mixed success
That
or
is
is that
a
a
mixed
failure?
success.
That's good.
You figure that you could probably bandage it. I mean, you don't have any Neosporin or like a first aid kit, but at least getting it covered would be good. You pour out.
I have sealing spray in my Madagascar kit.
Nice.
Just burn it closed.
I think that might do more harm than good in the long run. We're only a few hours from rescue.
Right, but you can lay on the bandages, then I can put the sealing spray on, and then the water will stay out.
That might actually work.
We'll try.
You do pull out one of the bottles of water and pour a little bit onto his hand to clean it the best you can. And then using a bit of spare cloth that you can find, you guys trek back to the train really quickly, go back through the luggage that's not yours and maybe tear up some cloth and wrap.
Actually, Oak goes immediately to the kitchen and goes to find the first aid kit, which they definitely have a first aid kit in there.
All right. You go and find a first aid kit from the kitchen. Good thinking.
I found some cotton. Brick, come inside so that I can do this. It'll be better if we're not in the rain.
Callie just goes back inside too.
All right.
Gets a different outfit.
Brick, you have very nice calloused hands.
Thank you. I worked really hard. It hurts. Please help me.
Yes, this spray will numb some of the pain.
All right. So as you are fixing up Brick, you begin to hear the hissing of snakes that Callie was warning you about.
Seems odd that there'd be snakes inside the train. Ew.
It doesn't sound like it's coming from the train. It sounds like it's coming from outside.
No good.
Erwin, where are you at the moment?
I mean, I'm mostly just staying out. I'd follow them to make sure that we weren't splitting the party. But
so you're like at the mouth of the train?
Yeah.
Where you guys, the door to come in?
Yeah, keeping an eye on the water level.
It does appear to be rising.
Guys, you should hurry up. We're not going to be able to come back down here too much. Water's getting higher.
All right, I think I'm mostly finished. I'm going to bring this with me. It seems like it'd be useful later on. And he'll package up the whatever's left of the first aid kit that they didn't use and bring it with them.
Okay. As you start to exit the train, the hissing of the snakes seems to subside. Like maybe they've moved through or something. And you make your way back up to camp.
So Callie's changed into her April O'Neil outfit with her yellow trench coat and her Lululemon leggings and a long sleeve shirt.
I love it.
The same hat, though.
Perfect.
Gotta keep that rain off your face. It'll make your mascara run. You better have the
The ceiling spray? Oh, yeah.
The foresight to at least have waterproof mascara.
Always.
All right, you make your way back into camp. You check Erwin for where those eyes were at all?
Yeah.
You don't see them. They seem to be gone. You also don't see Garth.
Garth. So let's just call out for him a few times.
Did he get up and stumble away in his concussed state?
God.
I'm not his keeper. I don't really care.
Hush.
Person.
Garth!
Yeah.
Garth, where are you?
Check the sledge is still there and everything? Just
Yeah, completely there.
I look
Maybe
up
we
the
should-
tree.
Don't see anything in the tree.
Is the shelter at all like messed up?
No, it seems untouched.
Must have walked away. Maybe you're taking a leak.
Maybe he went down to that brook over there.
Well, I'm a good detective. I look for footprints or tracks.
Okay. I would like you all to give me a letter after we come back from a quick 5-minute break.
Sounds
See you
delightful.
in 5. right, and welcome back, everybody. I hope that you had a good, quick break. Sorry if we took a little bit longer. It's, things happen. Storyteller's got a plan. It's all good. Really quickly, want to give you a very quick reminder before we jump back into it that if you guys want to be entered into our amazing contest to win a World Anvil subscription, you need to enter the code !SPOOPY, SPOOPY, into the chat for a chance to win. We will do the drawing for that at the end of the night. And so, I believe, my players, I asked you for a letter before we went to break.
Oh, right.
We all decided on S at this point, I think. For
Yes.
snakes and spoopy.
Spoopy.
We gonna get a body now?
Is that your final answer?
Yes, lock in S.
Locked in.
All right.
We're all gonna die.
Yes, that seems.
And an
likely.
arm? That's not
No,
fair.
I'm trying to put the arm back. Sorry.
We'll just also guess Z, and that way we get the arm too.
There you go. Sorry, I meant to click the body, not the arm, so.
Zed's dead, honey. Zed's dead.
All right. So, with that, as you were all trying to figure out where the mystery of where Garth went, you hear a crunch and a creak of metal as the rest of the train gets swallowed up by the rising water.
That is some hungry water.
Fuck. Yeah, we,
High ground, I suppose.
Don't climb any trees. It really hurts.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, higher ground. Just, Erwin has her sort of camping axe out. Keep an eye out, though. Animals also know to get out of the way of water. So, just keep an eye out. Things might get a little, I don't know, crowded.
Rick pulls his Bowie knife out and begins to, play with it and then drops it. So he goes to pick it up.
All
I
right.
got this.
Great.
And Callie tries to salvage her parasol, but it seems to be beyond repair, so she just collapses it down and uses it as a cane and tries to continue to pull her rolly through the underbrush.
Alrighty.
Oak will take out one of the extra knives he grabbed from the dining car and walk up to Callie. Callie, it might be better to have this rather than the cart.
Well, all right. I mean, I can always strap that to my waist.
The cart? I don't think that'll fit.
No, I mean, you're referring to the knife, right?
Let's go.
Callie hooks parasol through her car, her little rolly, and then takes Oak's hand.
Perfect. All right. You start walking. In which direction do you guys decide to go?
Up.
All right. So you scout around a little bit to find another rise, it looks like. Not too far away. There are plenty of trees nearby, again giving you nice shade from the canopy. Not that you need shade in the middle of the night, but it does protect you a little bit more against the rain than you imagine it would be out in the middle of the open. And you make your way slowly, picking your way through foliage and various other sundries of spikes and ferns, and eventually you make your way up to the top of another hill. It's a little bit more open here. Trees are spaced a little further apart. but you do have a nice big vista of the jungle around you. Good for lookout. What do you guys do to start making a camp here?
Use some branches and prop up the sledge that we had and use that as like a roof at the moment.
Okay.
Make a lean-to.
Brick, you managed to bring all those leaves with you too.
Cool.
Oak will try to pull out the stove and start figuring out how to turn it on and get the the ignition switch set up so that he can start helping with the fire.
Okay.
Brick is like digging under like the brush to try to find like dry twigs.
Okay.
Erwin's looking around for stones and rocks, like bigger ones that they could potentially roll into their camp area to sit on, so they're not sitting in the mud and the damp ground.
All right. Callie, what are you doing?
Callie will be a lookout to see if anything's coming up or look out for dangerous animals and whatnot.
All right. Brick and Erwin, why don't you guys give me a roll to see how successful you are at your gathering? And Oak, you can also give me a roll to see if you get the stove working.
Could I get a +1 because pushing
Yes.
round stones on the ground is kind of like soccer?
Yes, you can.
A 10.
Do I get a +1 as well?
Yes, agricultural management, you're digging through the brush, and obviously Oak gets a +1 as well for working with the
8.
All right.
7.
Okay. So Erwin easily finds perfectly sized stones for you all to sit on so you're not in the mud. Brick, you do find some dry, although how long they'll be dry for, I'm not entirely sure, but you do find some dry kindling that might work to make a fire that's not too damp.
I put them
And
under my
Oak-
shirt and like put it like in my waistband.
All right. And Oak, you do get the stove lit. Callie, as the lookout, why don't you go ahead and give me a roll as well?
Sure. A 7.
All right. You are excellent at public relations and managing people. You got this on lockdown. You are excellently managing your crew, as you may be thinking of them now. And while it's definitely not humanoid, you do see a pair of eyes watching you from the edge of your camp.
I'm going to look right at it and be like, well, hello there.
Eyes don't seem to blink, but it looked like almost like a head tilted to a side when you said that.
How high does it stand? Is it pretty low to the ground or is it pretty tall? Or
It looks fairly low to the ground, but you're not sure if this thing is crouching or standing. It's hard to tell.
I ask it if it speaks parcel mouth and I go,
With your wand out.
yeah, with my wand out.
Kind of scampers backwards a little bit. Like you might have startled it with that noise.
What the fuck? You're fluent?
Apparently that's like what French and Japanese teaches you is parcel mouth.
Callie, why are you talking to yourself?
No, there's some eyes down there. They're looking at us, and I think it's maybe partly sentient. I don't know. It seemed to be responsive to my vocalizations.
You don't hiss at a snake, dude. Like that's like
Seems
Snake
like-
101.
Seems like that might be a courteous way of saying hello. Trying to reach it on its own level.
They hiss when they don't want someone near them. I mean, okay, that might have actually been a half decent way of dealing with that. Just Just be careful. Where did it go?
Oh, it backed off a bit.
You can still see the eyes. It's still there. It looks.
I point the eyes out
Confused.
to everybody.
Erwin, these look very similar.
Yeah. This fella's,
And you begin to. Go ahead.
this fella's been here before. I think we've got Klinger.
Oak backs up and tries to put a tree between it and him.
Okay. As you do so, you start hearing hissing of snakes again.
From the direction of the eyes?
Kind of sounds like it's surrounding you.
Oak, I'm scared.
Yeah, that's a mood.
Try to catch some twigs on fire.
Okay. You have a small little fire going.
I throw it at the eyes.
All right.
The fuck out of here.
Go ahead and roll a attack. Well, let's see here. Go ahead and roll with your boxer skills of having physicality.
I punch the twig.
Punch the twig towards it.
8 plus 1 is 9.
Okay. So you do throw this burning hunk of twigs at the creature, which disappears quickly.
Does
And
Elvis's voice come out and sing
hunk of burning twigs?
hunk of burning twigs?
No, it does not.
Success.
But it does, and the creature does disappear. You hear kind of a sharp yipping noise. And given that the rain is pouring down, it does go out very quickly. There's no danger of catching anything on fire in this area. But the hissing has stopped.
Erwin, what's that yipping noise?
Would this potentially be a type of creature that I might know? Tessa?
I don't know. Yes, you would know this creature. You've been seeing them all over the entire time you've been in Madagascar.
It's just a lemur, Brick. It's fine.
Thing was huge.
Yeah, they got spooky eyes. I don't know. I mean, Brick, I study chameleons. I don't study lemurs, okay? Maybe they get that big.
I don't know what you know.
Are there any lemurs that also hiss? That made me feel much better about this.
I mean, I'm sure they're vocally capable of it, but I mean, like I said, with the water and everything, all manner of creatures are going to be you're going to get a weird mix that you don't necessarily usually see together, so maybe there's just some snakes around too when you scared them off when you threw the fire.
You hear a horrific screech. It was definitely a cry of an animal of some sort that is cut short. Give me a letter, please.
Circle of life?
So we tried an H and we tried an
S.
S. 'Cause
How about an
fucking
E?
snakes. Okay. We could try an
I
E.
could see an E. I could also feel an O.
Let's try an E. Is everyone okay with trying an E? Okay. Locked in. Final answer. E.
All right.
E. More than one E. This is
Oh, man.
kindness incarnate.
All right. Erwin, you're pretty sure that was the lemur.
Oh, like I said, mix of animals not usually hanging out together. Something bigger ate the lemur.
Maybe a snake got it.
Yeah,
You're snakes,
mean-
right?
nature's metal.
Callie, as you're kind of doing this perimeter and you're, looking out for everything, I'd like you to, make me a roll, please.
Okay. Detectively?
Yes, detectively.
Detective Lee?
Ooh, a 10.
Ooh. You step in a patch of foliage as you're walking that seems to almost encompass your entire foot. And something is moving within it. You feel something like tiny teeth scraping your ankles, but you manage to pull yourself out of it before any real damage is done. But there do look like little tiny circular bites. Or maybe like a lamprey almost? Like small individual nips all over your ankle.
Oh my goodness. I kicked the foliage away. Do I see whatever it was?
No, nothing seems to come out of it.
Well, I say my typical heavens to Betsy. Back up.
Do I have any twigs left?
Yeah, you got some twigs left.
I try to do the same thing, try to get some smoke going, and I toss them into the hole.
Into the where? Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, into the hole. Sorry.
The whole of the foliage that got kicked away?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they're just smoldering away. Nothing seems to be happening.
I go over to Oak. Am I hurt? Am I hurt? Am I gonna be okay?
Oak will take a look at her leg.
Oh, thank you.
There are little tiny round teeth marks in different areas, almost all the way up her ankle, almost to her calf.
Oh, that tickles.
Like maybe 6 or 7 individual mouths had all been attempting to latch onto her.
Am I familiar with anything that could have caused that? Like, I studied a lot of animals when I was a kid. I don't recognize it. Andy doesn't recognize that.
Well, Andy, you can give me a letter.
R.
My.
That's next Saturday.
No, you don't recognize this. It's very strange. Nothing like any animal you've ever seen or studied.
Well, I don't know what you got into, but I'll try to help. And Oak will take out the first aid kit and try to do what he can in the rain.
Okay.
Oh, sugar, it's nothing. It's just a little bruising. I'm not hurt.
You're missing some flesh here, dear. Let me...
No, I couldn't. I got a 10. That means I was successful.
No, they did not succeed in fully latching on. You get the idea that if they had, this would have been much worse. This looks
Yay.
like some little scrapes right now.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I shall repay your generosity in kind.
Perhaps a different kind of ointment.
Erwin, you're more than welcome to give me a letter if you like. I can make that happen.
I'd like to guess the word, please, Tessa. No.
Would you know?
No.
Brick, what are you up to now that your little smoldering seems to have gone out in the fire?
He tries to cover. Well, I mean, is it still smoking, or did it go out pretty quickly?
It went out pretty quickly. It's still raining pretty hard.
Okay, so it's not smoldering at all. Okay. He would. Where was it located?
It was near the base of one of the trees.
Okay. He tries to get as far away from the base of the tree as possible. Any base of any tree.
Okay.
He's just kind of looking around, just shivering.
All right, so you are as far away from any of the trees as physically possible.
Right.
Okay. Erwin, where are you?
Hanging near Callie and Oak, despite all preference to the contrary, and eyeing the marks on Callie. Just trying to be like, do I like leeches or?
Callie has a well-turned ankle. It's very pretty.
I don't like turning my ankle. That's not good.
Yeah, seriously.
Mistress.
Yes.
Not Callie.
Yeah, I was waiting for Callie and Tessa to both say yes.
Does it look like the same sort of thing that happened to Brick's hand, just on a smaller scale? The injuries to Callie?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Oh shit, the hills are alive, everyone. Roll initiative.
Different game.
Perhaps we should avoid the trees and specifically the vines. It seems like they might be doing more damage than we thought.
Yep.
Well, yeah, just, keep an eye on the brush. That's why I got the rocks, so you can sit out of the brush. And yeah, the protectionary evolution is a bitch. Extra sharp stuff, so just be careful, everybody. If you develop a rash, Callie, make sure you tell us if there's any sort of, poison ivy-like effect or something like that.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Any information about your rashes would be very helpful.
Thank you for
I'm
taking.
Okay. Brick, as they mention rashes or any sort of developing things, you realize that your hand is feeling kind of tingly.
Oak, you're like a doctor, right?
I feel like it today, if that's what you're asking. No.
My hand tickles. Is that okay?
No, that's probably bad.
I believe you.
Were you playing with the bandage?
No, I'm really good about that.
Are you allergic to Neosporin or any similar products?
I don't think so.
You might be dying.
Oh, heck.
Oh, Oak, your bedside manner needs some work.
Yeah, most of my patients are filleted.
Do you
A lot like the maid in that.
Do you inspect it or
Not the filled? Yes.
All right, as you are removing the bandage that you put on Brick, you take a look in the very little bit of dim light that you've got, and you think the hole in his hand is a little bigger now. Almost like where it had touched the barbed needle, that it might be like liquefying.
Brick, I don't want to alarm you, so I'm going to say this as calmly as possible. Your flesh is being eaten by a vegetable, and you should go murder whatever it was that stabbed you.
It was a tree.
Well, then
Oh
we've
my
got
God,
some
do we
work
need
to
cut the
do.
hand off?
Don't do that. I need my hand.
You
Relax,
still have the other
relax.
one.
I might reconsider that fire idea you had, though. That might not do bad things.
Might not do worse things, maybe?
Yeah.
There is a large woof from outside the camp. It sounds like something may have landed not far away. Maybe something jumped out of a tree.
Hello?
Great plan.
Take
There
your
is.
Is
There's
that our rescue or something?
no response.
No, I think you would have heard the helicopter.
Oh,
that's
they've
fair.
got those stealth helicopters, don't they?
Yeah, that's right, they do. Here in Madagascar, I know that's where they piloted that technology.
All right, well, okay, it might have been a fossa. It might have. That's about as big as animals get here. Just watch out for big cat. Not super big. Nothing gets super big here, so I'm not that worried. But
It sounded pretty big.
maybe it was a couple fossa. I don't know.
Maybe it was a Mufasa.
I was waiting to figure out how you were gonna do that.
Mistress, were there any like alcohol swabs or like yeah, that
There
sort of
is
thing?
a small container of hydrogen peroxide in the first aid kit.
Ooh, no.
Andy's read on hydrogen peroxide and has out of character opinions apparently.
I do. Hmm. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to heat the knife enough to
Doing what?
potentially try to cut away some of that. I don't like this even saying it.
Do you have one of those knife sharpeners? Maybe you can heat that up.
Oh, the knife sharpener is not needed for this knife, unfortunately.
A sharp knife.
Fucking Hannibal.
I take pride in my equipment.
As
Looking
he's
at
doing
Callie.
it. As Oak is doing this procedure, he's just trying to teach us how if you touch your index finger to the top of your thumb, you can see how well done a steak is.
So he tries to heat the blade up enough that it won't, sterilize it and potentially do some cauterizing. And
All right. I would like you to make me a roll for this.
It's not
Brick-
a lightsaber.
Brick would take his shoe off and his sock and ball it and put it in his mouth.
All right.
And put his shoe back on.
Erwin would put a hand on Brick's shoulder, but like try to close her ears with the other hand. Like,
Callie, what are you doing all this?
Keeping an eye out for where the whoomph landed and avoiding it, looking at this travesty that's about to occur.
that's a 4.
was that an Oak joke?
That's a 4 even with the +1 because you are...
That's a 5.
Well done. Okay. All
Hey,
right.
Brick, hope your job doesn't require both hands.
Sorry.
Do the best that you can to cut away the flesh that is affected by this.
Sorry, everybody.
I'm gonna make this as nice as I possibly can.
I'm a little nervous.
You
This doesn't happen.
are doing the absolute best you can to be as careful as possible. Brick, I need you to guess a letter.
I also want to hear what Brick's scream sounds like when this happens.
Oh, God.
Just turn your gain
Turn your
down.
gain
Zach.
down.
E. There you go.
Like Elmo giggling.
Yeah, except put a ball of sock in my mouth first.
HBO does own Sesame Street now.
Say K? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Alright. Brick, the temptation to move while he is doing this is just too strong. As you flinch and bring your hand back, and this very, very sharp knife slices through your hand completely and out to the wrist. And it starts bleeding really bad. You think Oak may have nicked an artery.
I punch him in the face.
With which hand?
The not bloody hand.
Oak, I don't think has ever been punched before, and he's just laid out by it. He's just on the ground.
Erwin's immediately she's wearing a poncho. She tears at her jersey. Like she's a soccer player. She understands how to do this. She gets her shirt off from under the poncho and like pulls it up through her collar and like tries to help.
Yeah, Brick is helping you too. He's used to cuts and stuff like this. He's just like, nope, I'm gonna live, damn it.
I'm gonna live.
I said might have. I didn't specify that he did, but yeah, it's not good. It is
It's dark.
very not
He doesn't
good.
know. He's not too bright.
Okay.
Your hand feels very wet.
Ow.
From the ground, Oak takes off his belt and just holds it up.
What are you
Sorry.
holding up?
My belt.
His belt. Tourniquet
belt.
style.
Yeah, make a tourniquet.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I hit you.
We gotta keep it out of the mud. That's the worst thing, is having an open wound in the jungle.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Callie, nothing has seemed to move since you heard that woomph.
Yo, nothing seems to have moved over here.
Great.
Oh, good.
Oh my god, Oak, what is wrong? What's going on?
Yes, oh my god, Oak, what's wrong? As Erwin's trying to tie this off with the belt.
I was doing the best I could. He moved. I'm sorry, Brick. Oh.
You did what you could.
What are you doing laying on the ground? I help Oak up.
Thank you.
When Erwin continues trying to make sure that they've staunched the bleeding as best as possible.
You get it wrapped as well as you can.
Yeah.
It's gonna definitely need medical attention soon, but you think he might be okay for at least a little while.
Erwin reaches for her walkie when she's done helping
Mhm.
Brick, and just turns it on. Hello? Hello? Are you guys here? Are you there?
Hello? Yes, this is State Station 324.
Yeah, we're from the train. We've been in touch with you guys. Is this the same voice?
Yes, this is the same voice.
Yeah. So the water rose. We got a little higher than we were before, and we have another injury, a pretty intense cut. There's a lot of bleeding. I think we stopped the bleeding, or at least we're doing as best we can. But what's your guys' timing again?
We are en route. We estimate it will be another 2 or 3 hours until we reach your location.
Okay.
Flooding is washing out roads and making it very difficult to get to you guys. We're sorry. We are doing the best we can. Apply pressure. Maybe use a vine from a tree to act as a tourniquet if possible.
We have a belt. We're good.
Okay.
Tell them to bring in one of those silent helicopters.
Are you going? You're going by ground. There's no helicopters or anything. I mean, I understand there's like a thunderstorm, but
No, we don't have any helicopters at our disposal.
okay.
Wink, wink. Yeah, of course. Can't talk about it.
Just sit tight. We'll be there as soon as we can.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Which-
Be fast if you can.
Rick
We'll
sits
do
on a
our
rock.
best.
Erwin has her axe out, and she's now keyed into just watching the perimeter.
He has his arm up like over his head like this.
Yeah, that's good. Elevate pressure. Is there enough pressure? You feel pressure on
I'm
the
very
belt?
pressured right
On
now,
the-
thank you.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Shit.
Is anybody wanting to go check out what that noise might have been?
Fuck no.
All right.
I feel like I should do something to make up for what I did. Shall I go investigate it?
No.
Oh God, no, Oak! Don't do that.
Okay.
Dude, stay here.
A few
What's wrong
moments.
with your face? It's all swelling.
A few moments later, there is a much smaller sounding woof.
Okay, see, now that definitely sounded like a fossa.
And a small lemur's body drops from one of the trees.
Like, we can see the lemur.
Mm-hmm. It's just in the outside of the firelight. You can kind of see it.
Erwin will, with her axe out, step over to investigate the lemur, but also look up before doing so.
Okay.
Like, make sure nothing is above.
No, just the trees around with the vines and seem to be fine.
Okay.
There's some, foliage on the ground, but the lemur's on the ground as well. And as you get closer, if this was the same lemur that you saw a little bit ago, it has gone through a drastic change as it seems to be desiccated. And there are little not little, but viney pinpricks all the way through it in places, like it had been caught up and rolled in those vines and crushed by them and then discarded. I'd like you guys to give me a letter.
H, S, what was
R.
R,
And K.
K?
So like M.
An N or an M, I think, would be fair.
Remember where we are. We've already discussed that there's been French influences. We may want to be thinking more in that realm.
There's not enough room for EAU, so though.
F, maybe?
Well, I was gonna say, I don't know which one of these is the right way to spell something in French, UEX or EUX.
EUX, I think, is the way you would do it.
So never mind. I think an M or an
A-
N.
Actually, I think it's AUX is usually the like faux.
Okay. S is not one of them. Yeah, let's do an M or an N. Which one did you say, Kyle?
I was saying M,
M, as in
because I think we're gonna get a leg.
motherfucker.
Probably.
Okay. Sure. Anybody else have a problem with an M? Have any other suggestions? Okay. Locking in M. As in mistress. Please don't kill us.
That's a bad
Erwin,
one.
as you get closer to the lemur, you realize it's kind of the same direction that you heard the larger wolf. You peer through the trees a little beyond, and you think you might see Garth sitting just over there. Maybe he's okay.
Jesus, Garth. You're not supposed to wander. Dude, we were trying to save you. Garth. And she walks forward. Dude, I see Garth.
Mr. Guardsman?
She heads towards him with her axe. Not, like, brandished, but, like, you know, there could be something fucking out here. So she's just heading for him.
All right. So you get a little bit closer. Does anyone go with her?
Oak will start heading in that direction as well.
Okay. Oak and Erwin, as you get closer, please give me a roll to see how well and how much detail you get.
Oh, that's a 3.
7.
Okay. Erwin, the rain is just blinding. You are having a hard time
Eyes
seeing
burn.
any.
It sucks.
Oak. Something happened to Garth, man. He looks messed up. He's got big puncture wounds all over him. And he looks shriveled. Like something ate him from the inside out.
Mummy.
And as you're walking closer to get a better look, you feel sharp pinpricks around your ankles, just above
Both
your
of those?
boots.
Oh, yeah.
Erwin, you feel a vine wrap around your arm and start tugging you backwards.
Nope. Fuck, Oak. It's stuck. Ow.
Am I able to react and help?
You can.
Oak will sort of ignore the thing that's happening to his ankle. Doesn't seem that important right now, and just try to take a swipe with his knife to hack at the vine that's on Erwin.
Excellent question. Did it grab me by the hand that had the axe, or did it grab me by my other hand?
You know what? I'm gonna roll some dice.
Okay.
I'm gonna do 50-50 here.
Because yeah, I would have gone fuck if it had like grabbed my other arm, but if it had the axe, I can't do anything really.
It
easily.
grabbed the one with the axe.
Okay.
I rolled
Then
I rolled.
please, by all
yeah,
means,
sorry.
Oak, don't chop my hand off.
Oh yes. I
Don't
will.
be 2 for 2.
Where my prediction comes true, where Oak is in fact responsible for the deaths of the party.
It doesn't say Andrew there.
Should I roll for this to help?
I would like you to roll for this because if you roll poorly, you are going to be hitting Erwin instead of the vine.
It is a 7. If I'm assuming this isn't a
Can he get the
Cooking
+1 because
roll.
of the knife work? He used to work at Benihana. Does he get a +1?
Sure, I will give you a +1.
it's still a mixed success.
So you do cut through the vine that's holding Erwin, but you do not manage to get yourself fully out of whatever has got you by the ankle as it just digs in deep, and you feel this burning sensation as these little tiny whatever it is just insert themselves into your leg.
Erwin, could you cut that off me, please?
I'm getting drug into the jungle, dude.
You're free.
I freed you.
Okay.
You managed to get.
Fucking hell. Yeah. She'll switch to her other hand with the axe, because ow, and like hold on to Oak's leg and kneel down so that she can try to.
All right, so I'm gonna pause you right there for just 1 second, and I'm gonna go over to Callie and Brick and check in with them and see how they are doing. Callie, what are you doing at the moment?
I'm staying away from all sorts of vegetation and plant life, and also keeping a sidelong look at Brick in case he decides to start hitting things again.
Okay. Go ahead and I'm going to let you do a detective role here because you've also been saying that you've been keeping an eye on the perimeter.
That's a 5.
Okay. So, as you are standing there, you're more concerned about whether or not Brick is going to start hitting people again, rather than the position of the trees behind you. And you don't quite notice as 2 vines, one around your ankle and one around your arm, kind of reach out as you hear the hissing of snakes come around and just wrap themselves around your arm and start tugging you backwards towards one of the trees.
Okay.
And Brick, what are you doing? Are you focused on your hand or?
No. Well, he has his arms up. He was watching Erwin and Oak, and then saw them kind of helping each other out because he was like halfway up as they began to help each other out. And then looks at Callie, and then he's gonna run and try to help her.
Okay.
Pulling out his Bowie knife and just, I can't punch these things. Maybe I can cut them.
All right.
Just try to help.
Go ahead and roll to help Callie and see if you can't get her out of this mess.
Is this special?
I would give you this is technically agricultural management. It is a plant and you are trying to manage it, so sure. All right, you managed to get Callie free of one of the vines.
Gotta help yourself out.
You can fight back if you would like, Callie.
Oh, okay. Can I just guess a letter?
Would you prefer to guess a letter?
We're 1 away. I guess whatever.
We'll do this. Because we are 1 away, you may absolutely guess a letter.
Okay.
If you fail, Callie is going to be taken.
Cool. Okay, I want to guess
All right.
a D.
Right.
Because wait, did we guess an R yet? I don't know if we did or didn't.
We did.
Yeah, so I want to guess a D.
All right. Brick, you watch as you slice through the vine that's holding Callie by the arm, only to see the vine that has her by the ankle with a speed that is horrifying, yanks Callie up into the nearby tree as all of the vines suddenly coalesce around her like a Medusa head of snakes, the quickness of which the sound that you hear is the whistling and hissing of all of the little brittle vines and barbs rubbing against each other as they wrap themselves around Callie And Callie, do you have any final words as you are consumed by this tree?
Oh, heavens to Betsy.
Ever a lady.
Ever a lady. As we have Callie's swan song as she is eaten by the tree.
The hat just floats to the ground below.
Beck, he begins to run
Towards us or away?
towards you. Callie's taken, oh shit.
Callie's taken what?
By the vines, the trees are eating her.
Holy fuck.
No, I'm trying not to laugh. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
That was my job.
Fucking hell.
I knew it. I knew you were some kind of kin.
That was a
Right?
oral sex.
I'm not Southern. I shouldn't be talking like that. Damn it.
I don't know what to do at this point. I know what the monster is. I just don't know what to call it.
Why do we give a shit what we call it? We need to not die.
That's fair. It's always good to name your fears, though.
Fucking hell. Erwin is gonna reach into her pocket and pull out her journal and write as quickly as she can. In the jungles of Madagascar, there is a living vine that eats the shit out of people. If you find this on my body, run the fuck away. Okay, we need to, like, go. That would be great. She grabs her walkie-talkie and is like, "Are you fucking there? We are fucking dying out here. Where are you?"
There is no response. As the batteries of the walkie-talkie have gone dead.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, your ankle is burning horribly.
Sorry, my mic was doing something weird. I don't feel so good. How about we go for a walk? Let's just find a different place in this here jungle, right?
Just a non-tree place? Yes, please.
Yeah, I don't think that's how jungles work, but let's go try.
Erwin has her axe out. She is ready to fuck up anything that goes near her ankles or her arms. And, yeah.
Alright. You get 3 steps. And Oak, the pain is just unbearable.
No. Okay. This is a nice spot.
Oak, I would like you to give me a letter, please.
L, as in lace.
Alright. There's a moment while Oak pauses to catch his breath, feeling the burning in his ankle. And then he drops to a knee. And then to all fours.
Oak?
I'll be fine. Just let me lay down for a second.
Nope. None of this Wizard of Oz bullshit. Get on your feet. She tries to go for his arm.
As you try to go for his arm, Oak, a nap sounds so good right now. It could be so easy just to close your eyes and go to sleep. By the time you wake up, the rescue mission will be here. You'll be fine. And what does Oak say for his final words as he slips into black unconsciousness and then into death.
Can someone put a blanket on me? I'm a little chilly.
Oak. Erwin's shaking him. You made all this bullshit about having to bring Garth with us. You think I'm just gonna fucking leave?
Erwin, he's not breathing anymore.
Fucking hell. Brick, we need to go. Maybe back to the train track. There's probably fucking water there. God damn it. We just gotta go. We gotta keep moving. We can't stop.
We should have stayed on the train. It might have floated. Oh well. Just move then.
Yeah, Erwin, just picks a fucking direction.
Alright.
Away from the water, obviously, not towards... Yeah. Well... No, flash flood's still pretty bad, too. But, you know where you stand with the flash flood?
Mm-hmm.
Water or no water, Rick?
I'm a pretty good swimmer even without one arm.
Oh, fuck, that's right. You're gonna get infected doing that shit. Yeah, okay. We're gonna go down towards the water rather than up.
Okay. How careful are you being while you're walking?
I don't want to die from a vine catching me, so I'm gonna try to be fairly careful.
Alright.
Speed does not seem to be our friend here.
Yeah.
I would like you both to make a roll.
Okay. 5.
10.
Okay. Erwin. Brick, you are moving, bobbing and weaving, much like a boxer, being careful to walk as carefully as possible. Erwin, you're doing your best to do the same, but you do start hearing the hissing of snakes as the vine wraps itself around your waist and starts to haul you backwards. I would like you to give me a letter, please.
I'm gonna say N as in Nancy.
Brick, you have just a moment where you turn around to look for Erwin as you see her wrapped up in this vine, and it hauls her backwards up and into one of the trees. Erwin, what are your last words before you are consumed?
I have 2 versions. One is just a scream. The other one is I fucking hate the jungle.
Brick, you are by yourself.
Figures.
And you're starting to feel really woozy. Been a lot of blood loss. I would like you to give me a letter to stay conscious.
C.
Brick, you get just to the edge of where these vines seem to start. And as you are getting ready to take a few steps further, the dizziness and the lightheadedness from blood loss catches up to you. And the world goes gray and then black. What are some of the last thoughts or words that Brick has before he goes unconscious and the vines take him as well?
Wish I got a rematch against Pokemon.
Maybe I shouldn't have been so hard against vine types.
Here you go. Fuck Vine Whip.
I told you, grass type.
I just wanted to punch something.
All true.
When your rescuers arrive several hours later, having fought through the storm, they find the remains of your camp and nothing else.
So what was the word that we could never figure out?
What letters were we completely disregarding? Fucking wise.
Yateveo.
That is no word. What is that?
Otherwise
I
known-
already saw you.
I already saw you. Otherwise known as the Madagascar tree.
That's very cool.
Fucking hell. See, Andy? You know
a
Spanish.
carnivorous
I never denied
tree.
that.
Whew.
Thank you guys. I'm sorry I killed you all.
We knew what we were signing up for.
We were never gonna live.
Yep. That was great.
Oak and Callie will always have Madagascar.
And Madagascar will always have Oak and Callie.
Yeah.
And Brick and Irwin.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming to watch our game of Hangman. Hangman is vastly unpredictable. Sometimes the things that are the hardest are the easiest to guess, and sometimes it's the exact opposite. I tried to go middle of the road on this one, but so I do apologize for my TPK.
No. That's what happens in this
No.
game. It's
Yeah,
50-50 at this point for me.
I feel bad for Kyle because it's and we'll die. I'm sorry. But yes, Madagascar is a horror game, so I hope that you guys
Hangman
enjoyed.
is a horror game.
Madagascar-
Madagascar is a lovely place.
Madagascar is wonderful. Wonderful. Sorry.
All the lemurs.
All the
You should
lemurs.
Wikipedia Madagascar. That's how I knew about ecology in Madagascar.
So thank you guys for coming out to watch this offering from the Nerdsmith sub drive in our little mixer here. I'm going to take just a minute to talk to you guys a little bit about Nerdsmith. We are doing this and Die Hard Dies. We are doing this particularly at this time of year because we love being able to do events like this, to have guests, to produce free content for you guys year round. But unfortunately, it is the time of year where we do need a little bit of help keeping, up with everything. We need help, making sure that we can continue to make make good content for you guys. So we're asking our people who are fans to come and subscribe to us on nerdsmith.org/subdrive. And we have a couple different subscription levels. The most common is our Sidekick tier, which is $10 a month. And you get a bunch of goodies, access to bonus content that all of our shows have put out for you. We also have a Champion, which is $20 a month, and a Superstar, which is $35 a month. And each of those come with increasingly more awesome goodies. I think Sidekick comes with a subscriber pin, access to all the bonus content, some half-off nerd alerts. Champion comes with the pin, also I believe a D20 of
A metal D20 from
a metal
Die Hard.
D20 for D20 from Die Hard.
One free nerd alert.
Mm-hmm.
And the PDF for the cookbook. The Nerdsmith
Yes.
cookbook.
And the Superstar gets all of that, plus a Nerdsmith mug and the hard copy of the Nerdsmith cookbook.
Probably paperback, but still a hard copy.
Yes. Did I say hardback? Because I meant hard copy.
No, you just said hard copy.
Okay. I
just want to make sure they don't think it's gonna be like a finely crafted tome with a
It is
hardcover and leather binding.
extremely well crafted. It looks amazing. I cannot wait.
When you subscribe, you have an opportunity to designate which shows get the money from your purchases. So each of those gives you, every $5 gives you one creator coin that you can then give to a show. You can also choose to give all of it to Nerdsmith as well if you just want to support the network.
Or mix and match.
Mm-hmm. Each
Different
coin can go
shows,
to a
the
different
network.
show.
We also do have a $5 tier if 10 or 20 or 35 is too much. We do have a $5 minion tier, which gets you access to our bonus content and our undying love. And even if you can't donate right now, or subscribe right now, we would love it if you would spread the word on social media.
Of which we have 35 pieces of bonus content right now for you to go check out. Episodes, one-shots, blooper reels, all sorts of stuff on there. And we're going to be making a point this year to be adding more and more, not necessarily just on our sub drives, but, just as we come up with cool things, there will be new stuff all the time in our bonus content section.
For
Absolutely.
example, Shenanigans, one of my favorite shows on the network, just came out with their bonus content recently, which is a game called Squawk, which you guys definitely need to check out.
It's very fun.
Don't we have a drawing to do?
We do, but I would actually like to take a moment to thank our guest, Kyle Gold, for coming out tonight.
Thank you for
Kyle,
being with us.
Why don't you tell the folks out there watching where people can find you?
People can most often find me on Twitter at TavernTalesDM, where I put out a weekly Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast called Tavern Tales, which also has a every other a week podcast called Tavern Tales Junior. Both of them are Dungeons & Dragons actual plays, and they're pretty good for your listening enjoyment.
Thank you so much again, Kyle. We really, really appreciate it. We love having you guest on our shows. You are so much fun. You always bring a really interestingly awesome energy to it. I enjoyed Callie greatly.
It's a pleasure to get to wear this hat today.
And your sunglasses.
I know. It's wonderful.
Yeah, my son's sunglasses and my wife's hat.
Perfect.
Family effort. I understand.
Stylish.
You absolutely should go check out Tavern Tales. It is phenomenal. It is just really good, and I enjoy it greatly. And Tavern Tales Junior is a hoot and a half. All right, let's get some last minute entries for that drawing, and then we'll go ahead and call it a night.
While we're waiting, do check out Die Hard Dice. Their dice are absolutely gorgeous. If you subscribe, obviously you can get one of these for yourself. I'm gonna get out of the way for this thing, but it's my face is there. We go.
There we go.
They're so good.
Yes, they are absolutely gorgeous, and we super appreciate Die Hard's support. We do have our winner for our giveaway, and let me be honest, as the ecology major in the party, I was excited when I saw this name originally during game when they followed us.
I was excited too.
You have won Bago Snails. You have won the World Anvil membership.
So I believe that is a 3-month membership to World Anvil at a master tier, if I am correct. If I am incorrect, please correct me. But thank you so much, Bag of Snails. That is a great username. I love snails personally. I collect them. That is fantastic. So one of our mods will be in touch with you with your code that you can use for that 3-month subscription. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Again, it was really nice to enjoy playing with you guys. I really had a good time. I'm sorry I killed everybody.
Do not apologize.
But I do love you.
Oh no, we joined a horror game. How could we ever have died during said game? It was really fun. Tessa, thank you for running this for us.
Oh, it was my pleasure. We're going to go head on out, but before we leave, I believe we're going to queue up a video of one of our new shows that just launched prior to the sub drive. We'll have to watch that amazing video, but I wanted to thank Andy and Kyle and Zach and Angela again for coming out to play. You can find their Twitter handles on their names on the screen there, and again, I am Tessa. And this has been very fun. Thank you guys so much, and have a good night. Please stick around to watch the little video.
Sleep
Yeah,
tight.
so good.